When we start getting ready for a CD, normally we try songs out on the weekends, we see how they do. Remembering here at Gateway, we have 5 services at one campus, 6 services at another. So anytime we get to worship with a song, we get to try it multiple times throughout a weekend. So we'll try that over the course of a couple months or maybe even a couple years. So we get to see how it works with different services, how they respond. Does it match the DNA of the church? And really, we choose our songs based on how they work in church services. We're not choosing them just because they sound good or just because we happen to like the lyrics. We're choosing them because we want churches to be able to worship with them, starting with ours. So really preparing for this began as early as 13 years ago with the first song being written. And that happens to be one of my favorite songs on the CD personally because of one that I wrote. It's One Single Drop of Blood.
I'm calling to you to guide me through. Lord, I give my life to you. One single touch of love.
All these songs, it's kind of like putting your journal up on the screen for everyone to read and saying, here's what God is doing in my life. And for me, that song is very, very touching because it puts me back into a place where I remember when I was lost, and I remember when I wasn't near the Lord and how desperate I felt and how incredibly empty I felt. And that song talks about the very first moments of my salvation. Even last night when we were playing in the services, I was overtaken because I remembered what that felt like, and I remembered being in that place. So sometimes for people, songs will bring them to a place where they first heard it. For the writer, when we're preparing for these CDs or we're preparing for the services, sometimes these songs are taking us back to when we actually wrote the song. And it's a very, very emotional and a very spiritual experience for us. So if you see me gushing my eyes out and tearing up, I can't help it. It's a very emotional experience, and the Lord moves on us in a very powerful way.
I give my heart to